you desperate to break free from the endless cycle of sickness and congestion, spring allergies, itchy eyes, medications, and unanswered questions about your child's health struggles? As parents, we've all been there. Your child's constantly battling colds, coughs, congestions, and other illnesses that do not just seem to go away. Every little bit of congestion turns into a full-blown cold and respiratory infection that is supposed to go away for days, but it seems to last for months instead. Even when they're not sick, they're not really healthy, and you know it. You try over-the-counter medications, visit your pediatrician, and get prescribed antibiotics, but that cycle continues relentlessly. It's exhausting, it's frustrating, and you cannot help but wonder, isn't there a better way to build up my child's resilience instead of just shutting down symptoms? The truth is that repeatedly suppressing symptoms with over-the-counter or even prescription medications actually weakens the body's defenses in the long term. But there is a way to address the root cause and unlock your child's natural ability to adapt and to thrive. And it's an approach that's focused on supporting nervous system function, the master controller of our cells, tissues, and organs, including our immune system. This video is for parents who are desperate to break free from the endless cycle of sickness, medications, and unanswered questions about their child's health struggles. You're going to discover how early life stressors like C-section deliveries, colic, torticollis, plagiocephaly, and eczema can disrupt the nervous system and immune system regulation, weaken our immunity, and set the stage for reoccurring ear infections, chronic colds and coughs, asthma, allergies, and a whole heck of a lot more. But more importantly, what you're going to learn is about drug-free, neurologically focused solution to be able to restore balance and build lasting resiliency. One of the coolest cases when we're starting to talk about allergies and the immune system, there's a kiddo that I see, and I still see him as a wellness patient today. It's one of my kiddos that was diagnosed with a spectrum disorder. And I know we were talking one day when he was getting adjusted, me and his mom, and we were talking about some stuff. And she was like, I've been really thinking about this, and I don't know if it's connected, but this is the only thing different that we've been doing. Could this have anything to do or impact his allergies? I was like, well, our nervous system controls our immune system, and if our bodies are stuck in a state of stress, our immune system and our digestive system are typically not going to work super well, and ultimately resiliency can sometimes be lost within these kiddos. She's like, well, basically almost his entire life, he's done twice a day, once if not twice a day, allergy medications, and this is the first time in his life that we haven't had to do that. And we haven't been doing it for about 2 weeks because we haven't felt the need to. And it was a really cool teaching moment and a talking moment with mom, be like, look, like, I know we're, from a chiropractic standpoint, we think about the spine and the back and our neck and headaches and all that kind of stuff. But when we're talking about things through a neurologically focused lens, things kind of blow outside the scope of just like the physical, the structural. We start moving into more of the functional side of things. And when we have a nervous system that's clear, communicating, and well regulated, a lot of times you see that extend into our immune system as well. And things like sickness and allergies sometimes go by the wayside. But we're going to get straight into the science with all of this. And we're going to start talking about the neuroendocrine immune super system. So the key to unlocking your child's resilience starts with addressing dysfunction within our nervous system, because that is the master control system that regulates all of our physiological functions, like our heart breathing, our lungs breathing, food digesting, our endocrine or hormonal system, as well as the immune systems too. And those things interact in a major way to facilitate an appropriate and effective immune response. And when a child's nervous system gets overstressed and stuck in what's called sympathetic dominance, or fight or flight versus rest digest, it really limits and it weakens their immune system in a couple of different ways. It creates tightness and tension within our muscles and the soft tissues, and that can create drainage issues from our ears, our sinuses, the lymph nodes, the lungs, and so forth. And it leaves the whole body in a pro-inflammatory state at all times. And the third is it kicks out excessive cortisol, or a stress hormone, as well as norepinephrine, which is another stress hormone, which also creates more inflammation and keeps that stress response stuck on within our bodies. So what first triggers this sympathetic dominance? For many kids, the neuroendocrine immune system and its dysregulation actually got kicked in way early in life due to what we call the perfect storm concept. So the most overlooked trigger of chronic illnesses in our children is set in motion by birth trauma interventions like C-sections, forceps, vacuums, and more. The intense pulling and twisting strains the delicate nerves and muscles of our infants' necks and spines, creating misalignments called subluxations or neurostructural shifts that then cause the nervous system to be shifted into sympathetic dominance. And then early exposure to antibiotics and toxins finishes the job. So for many kids, their early struggles with colic and reflux and constipation, eczema and congestion lead to early exposure to medications like antibiotics and steroid inhalers, Miralax, and a bunch of other drugs, which then further disrupts the body's function and weakens the child's immune system. Then throw in compounding effects like poor nutrition, environmental toxins and chemicals in many foods and household products and so forth, and our kids today don't have much of a chance to be healthy. Fortunately, there's a way to press reset on your child's neuroimmune system and get it strong and working optimally once again. To help your family do just that, we've made an entire Kick the Sick and Raising Healthy Kids Naturally playbook to help you learn the step-by-step strategies that hundreds, if not thousands, of other families are taking to get their kids strong, healthy, and resilient without drugs and without medications.